Let me show you how to spend a weekend 2 hours from Nairobi, or slightly more, especially when you have no idea where you're going. Our journey kicks off in Nairobi and we're using Magadi Road. The road for the most part is surprisingly very narrow, but the views are insane. It took us 2 hours to get to Lake Magadi. It's a beautiful lake with a very strange smell. Soda ash is mined here, a mineral used to make soap, glass, detergents, etc. Our host organized a local guide to take us to the campsite. We tailed him as we crossed the lake into the dustiest road I have used so far. For almost 30 kilometers, there was no tarmac, no signage, just dust, stones, and more dust for over an hour. We eventually crossed the bridge to the campsite, which sat just beside River Wasonyiro. We were so tired and hungry at the same time, but thankfully the camp manager welcomed us with chapati and bosho, and honestly, that just hit the spot. The river was flowing right beside us, and Andrea even made friends with his pup. After lunch, we set up camp. With a little help, I pumped my mattress. Usually takes about 10 minutes, and soon after, we were done and our tents were fully set up. Later that evening, we drove deeper into Shompolia Conservancy. This place is a proper hidden gem in the Southern Rift Valley, bordering both Kajiado and Narok counties. It's not part of the main wild beast migration route, but it's still a wildlife corridor, and to our shock, we kind of witnessed the migration with over 100 wild beasts not so far from our car. The other highlight of this game drive was spotting 16 giraffes in one spot. I have seen giraffes in most Kenyan parks, but 16 in one spot was surreal. We also saw gazelles, a lone ostrich and 2 others, and some birds. Surprisingly, this was all under half an hour. The conservancy is under the local community, and they've done a great job protecting it, so tourism here directly supports them, which is something I respect and a reason why you should do trips as such. As the sun started to set, we drove towards the lake to explore Magadi hot springs. The sky gradually turned orange as they set behind the Nguruman hills. The reflection of the colors on the lake was stunning. The flamingos are just chilling, and we ended the evening soaking in the natural hot springs. And let me tell you, the water was hot, like that of a bath. Darkness crept in and we drove back to the campsite, and that was the end of day 1. We only had one excursion planned for day 2, and that was chasing a waterfall. Most people don't even know that this place exists. It's deep in the hills. We hiked expecting to take like 3 hours. We ended up taking 7 whole hours, hiking along the river channel, crossing dry riverbeds, and going around the hills. After hiking for hours, what we found was wild. We were literally standing on top of the waterfall. There was no trail to the bottom because of the steep cliff. So guess what? We put our gadgets aside, took our clothes off, and swam through the pool at the top to get to where we could actually see the waterfall. The swim at the top wasn't very cold. It was refreshing and totally worth it. The hike back was brutal on the knees. Hadi unajiuliza nilipita hapa kweli, as it was steep. But we enjoyed the views nonetheless. You could see Ngong Heads from here, meandering your Wasonyiro River, and hills outlines from beyond. Anyway, 7 hours later, we were fatigued, got back to the car, and the sunset met us crossing the lake.